These values and this vision transformed a boy born in a small village in India into an inspiration for millions. From Japan in the east to the US in the west, from Northern Europe to the southern tip of the Americas, Sri Ravi Shankar has inspired a fundamental change from "what about me" to "what can I do for the world?" This message is as relevant in the workplace as it is in schools, homes, colleges, prisons, and the government. Fueled by a wish, in his own words, to see a smile on every face, Sri has become a spiritual leader in a movement that is sweeping the planet, touching the lives of millions.
He wanted to give people tools, concrete techniques, ways to handle their mind, and especially find a way to really connect us all, which is all that we seek in life.
Sri founded the Art of Living Foundation as a non-profit organization whose programs offer Sudarshan Kriya, meditation, and spiritual wisdom to help everyday people clear their minds and open their hearts. With inner peace comes belongingness with the whole world. It is this belongingness that united 150,000 people in Buenos Aires to come together to meditate in 2012. In 2011, in Berlin's Olympic Stadium, Sri brought together people from around the world to celebrate our differences and our unity as one world family. And just 35 years after starting the Art of Living, at the World Culture Festival in India, 3.75 million participants from around the world gathered together to celebrate this vision. Service is the expression of love. As people feel part of and inspired by Sri's vision of one world family, they naturally want to serve and care for each other, responding to needs globally and locally. Sri founded the International Association for Human Values in 1997 to support the service initiatives and humanitarian projects he inspires. In our own local communities, teams are leading programs that tackle some of society's most pressing problems. Trained facilitators are bringing lasting transformation to prisoners.
I actually look forward to fights. But now since doing this course, I'm a total different person. I can now walk away from a fight.
Trainers are breathing life into schools, giving youth and teachers practical tools for a healthy body, mind, and lifestyle.
When I do my breathing, I feel more calm. I feel like I could do more stuff, like nothing's holding me more back.
Trainers are working with farmers in developing countries to create sustainable models of agriculture. To combat poverty and lack of opportunity, Art of Living schools educate thousands of children in underdeveloped areas. Inspired by his demonstrated commitment to human values and his deep understanding of human nature, people from all walks of life regularly turn to Sri for advice. His fresh insights and broad vision transform the way heads of state, global and local leaders, and even terrorists approach today's problems. Sri was instrumental to the process of building peace in Colombia, inspiring both the FARC and the Colombian government to envision social transformation through nonviolence.
Sri Ravi Shankar and the Art of Living Foundation are heralds of peace in a planet tormented by conflicts and violence.
The foundation for 25 years has worked on programs that have been at the core of my public life, promoting peace, combating violence and drug addiction, empowering our youth.
We need to bring harmony, we need to bring people together. I think we all have to work. Don't you think so?
Sri Ravi Shankar is a man who inspires and impacts the lives of millions of people around the world, showing us that love moves the world.
His Holiness Sri Sri Ravi Shankar is in the room back there. And before we bring up His Holiness to the stage, I'd like to call up a very special member of our tribe who helped engineer this and help us bring such a world-class speaker and someone who is an incredible global leader. So that man, whom I want to bring up on stage, who engineered this for the community, is Jeffrey Pearlman. Jeffrey.
Wow, I thought it was my father.
And just a little bit about Jeffrey. Many of you who were part of Barcelona will have known Jeffrey. He was a speaker at Barcelona. But what Jeffrey did in his life has been truly extraordinary. Jeffrey was part of the group of brothers and friends who started a little organization called Zumba. How many of you here have heard of Zumba? Zumba became the biggest health, one of the biggest fitness organizations in the world. Every single week, 15 million people take a Zumba class. And in 2012, Inc. magazine called Zumba Company of the Year and put Zumba smack on the cover. So Jeffrey Pearlman was the CMO of Zumba. His brother, Alberto, is the current CEO. And Jeffrey loves Mindvalley. He loves meditation. And so one of the things he does to contribute to the world in his special way is to help spread enlightened ideas by creating community and connecting groups. And Jeffrey helped make this happen. Thank you, Jeffrey.
Thank you, Vishen. I'm very, very excited to introduce you guys to my teacher, Sri Sri. He's inspired the world, and I hope that he inspires our community as well.
I just want to read a couple of notes about Sri Sri before we begin, because this is some truly amazing stuff. So Sri Sri Ravi Shankar has touched the lives of 370 million people. He set up an organization called the Art of Living Foundation, which is now in 159 countries, thousands of centers around the world. 16 universities have awarded him an honorary degree. He's received awards from the Simon Wiesenthal Center, the Foundation of California. He's authored over 40 books, and science has been studying his method of meditation called Sudarshan Kriya, and have found that it decreases anxiety, stress, and depression. Sri Sri has spoken at Stanford, Harvard, TED, and now Mindvalley. So please make a big round of applause to Sri Sri Ravi Shankar.
Hi. So, tell me what you want to know. You know, there is a saying in India, the first sign of intelligence is not to say anything. The second sign of intelligence, first of course we lost. The second sign of intelligence is not to say anything unless a question is asked. I want to maintain this sign of intelligence. What do you say? What is it you want? What is it you want? You know, let's just wake up and sit and see what is that we want. If we can figure this out for all our life, which is almost impossible because our wants keep changing, right? With age, with time, with circumstances, situation, our wants change. But what is that something in you that wants, that need to be attended? Are you with me? As I'm speaking, are you noticing you are saying yes or no? It doesn't matter what I say, but what is important for you to notice that you are saying yes or no. That your mind is in agreement or disagreement. And we agree on things which we already know. And we disagree also on things which we already know. But is there something that we can know beyond that what we know or what we don't know? Could be confusing. Is it confusing? Then it's done. Confusion is the first step towards growth. Confusion means what? You know something and it broke down. So you're moving from something that you know to a realm which is unknown. Are you all here with me now? Have you noticed there is something in you which expands? If a compliment is given to you, what happens to you? What happens? Something in you is expanding. Right? And if you are insulted, what happens to you? Someone insults you, what happens to you? Something in you shrinks. So there is something in us which expands and which shrinks. We seldom pay attention to that something. If we can pay attention to this something in you, which expands, which contracts, half the job is done. The rest of the half gets done all by itself. You know, we convey more through our vibes than through our words. Have you noticed this? Have you all noticed this? See, when you get off the plane, air hostess greet you saying, "Have a nice day." They don't mean it. But the same words, when it comes to you from your grandmother, your sister, someone very close to you, it has some vibes. Have you noticed that? Have you noticed that? This is very important. Vibes, our vibrations. Because the whole universe is nothing but vibrations. Any physicist here? You talk to any physicist, they'll say the same thing. The whole universe is nothing but vibes, vibrations. And you are vibration, I am vibration, we're all vibrations. But there is a chord in us which, when that chord is stricken, then there is a positive vibration that goes around from us. When you strike that chord, and it happens in everybody's life, sometime or other, that's when you say you fall in love. You look at a dog, you look at a puppy, you look at a cat, you look at the tree. Sometimes it has happened, a wow has arisen inside you. And then we run after having this wow experience and doing so many things around, still we don't get it. And there is a way to have repeated experience of that vibes, that vibrations within us. That is called meditation. Yeah? Meditation is keeping that expansion within you, irrespective of what is happening around you. Are you all still here? So we convey more through our vibrations than through words. Someone can stand and lecture on love for 2 hours, but your dog will convey that to you in 1 minute, few seconds, what it is. We are all made up of vibrations. We are all made up of a stuff called love. But neither at home nor in school we learn how to make this vibration positive. So we carry with us so much prejudice, different type of anger, all these negative feelings, different negative feelings. And we don't know how to turn them around, how to change those negative vibes into positive. Your breath has the secret to offer you. Many secrets, lot more secrets about how you can change your vibrations. Meditation, breathing is meant to change those vibrations, make it so positive. Are you all still here? You're not gone for a cappuccino outside? That's all I had to say. I think we need to ask ourselves, do I feel at home, comfortable wherever I am? Or am I living in a very formal world around us? Are we living in a formal world? Just formally greeting people all the time, and we're stuck in a sort of formalities. We lose the juice of life, that is sense of belongingness. I tell you, no one else can create a sense of belongingness, a world which belongs to you other than yourself. You had to create a world which you feel it belongs to you and you belong to it. So if you have some questions, you can ask me.
So Sri, if you like, I would love to start with a couple of questions.
Yeah, sure.
Could I get a chair on stage, please? So one of the things that I
By
find...
the way, congratulations to you. You have started such a wonderful, task of doing something to education beyond the so-called the formal education.
Thank you, Sri.
Yeah.
And firstly, we here, as part of our Mindvalley community, want to congratulate and thank you for the work you're doing. We speak a lot about creating a more peaceful world. We speak a lot about cosmocentrism and raising the consciousness of the human species. And Sri is perhaps one of the maybe top 10 individuals on the planet today who's doing that at a massive level. 370 million lives touched. And I believe in India, you have had millions of people come and meditate together in the real world at your sessions, which is an incredible thing to even think about. How do you fit them all in? I'm kidding. Now, what I wanted to ask you, Sri, is that...
When you have a big heart, the whole world fits in.
Beautifully said. I would love for you to tell us about the peacekeeping efforts that you've been doing, because we find that fascinating.
Where to begin? There are many incidences of peace building we have done. One, of course, was in India, in between India and Sri Lanka. The other one was a couple of years ago in Colombia. Let me talk about the Colombian effort, what we did. In Colombia, there are 7 million people who became homeless in this 53-year-old conflict with the FARC militancy. And so our volunteers have been working with the refugees, or what you say, the victims of the war. So the government decided to give me their highest award. So I went to receive the award. After the award, we had a formal handshake with the president, which was supposed to last 5 minutes. But then we sat for about an hour or so, nearly 55 minutes. The president was very concerned. He said, every day they are bombing the telephone towers and the water supply is being cut to the city, and it's causing so much pain, and the peace process was not moving. So he said, I'm left with no option other than military. And so this military option would cost nearly 40,000 lives. So I told him, why not give a try? Let me go to Cuba and talk to those guys there. So I went, in the first, so I sent them a message, and we went, we were about 15 of us, we took a charter plane and we went there. Initially, they said they're not interested to meet with me. Because first of all, I look a little religious or spiritual person, and they believe in Marxist-Leninist principle, which in no way matches with their ideology. But then I was giving a talk at the university. They just came to check out me, They were sitting in the audience there, and later on they sent a message they would like to talk to me. They did a meditation, of course. Then when I spoke to them, I told them, look, I understand your predicament. You are not having fun in the forest. In your youth, you are sacrificing your life for some goal. I understand that. You are fighting for social justice. But I only told you, we are all with you. I am with you. The whole world will be with you. Oh, if and only if you can adopt the principle of non-violence. Social justice we also want. So they said, no, this will be hypocritical. We cannot take it because we lost so many people. I said, 53 years you have tried. Nothing has worked. You have lost. And you have caused so much pain to the other side. Why don't you try? Well, they said, no, you please go and tell the Colombian people, government. Then I said, okay, never mind, let's keep it aside. Let's do some breathing and some meditation. Somehow they got into it. And they loved it so much. And then the third day, to make the story short, on the third day, they came with me to the press conference, and unilaterally, they declared ceasefire.
Wow.
Now, this came as a shock to both the government and the media. They said, what is that you told them? Because they did not agree with the US government, they did not agree with the EU, they did not agree with Norway peace process, it all broke down. What is that you told them that they have agreed? I said, it's not what I said, but who said it also makes a difference. When they, all conflicts arises because breakdown of trust and communication. So when you make them understand that you understand them and they listen to you, the same people who said we have nothing to do with spirituality, later on came, this is really interesting, very funny. They came with a stone and said, could you please put your hand and bless this with your energy? We want to keep this with us. And then these people, they did meditation, they did silence retreat for 4 days. And then the peace process finally happened.
That's amazing. Wow. Now, what is going on there? Because I've read a lot about you going into these conflict zones and flipping people around. But in modern society, we call these people terrorists, we call them murderers. What is going on there? How are you changing their consciousness so rapidly?
Sincerity and love. Love can transform the world. After all, there are human beings. I see that inside every culprit there is a victim. Inside every victim, there is a victim crying for help. You may see him as a culprit, but deep inside him there is sore wound that need to be attended to. You know, and if you see through my eyes, they're all beautiful people. They're very good people. We are doing this program in prisons around the world. About 700,000 prisoners. You can see that each one of their life is a novel. In Denmark, we have a prison program, you know. All drug abuse and offenders, all type of offenders. And these guys, the macho man, you know, they melt like a candle. They melt like ice cream. They have such good heart deep within them. It just needs an opportunity to unveil that beauty.
Now,
meditation does, wisdom does, you know, knowledge does. And when we approach them from that angle, it changes.
speaking of meditation, you developed a style of meditation called Sudarshan Kriya. And your team advised me to ask you to tell us about what that looks like and to guide us through it. Would you guys like to experience it?
Well, there are a number of different types of meditation we are doing, but the Sudarshan Kriya takes 3 days, 2 hours each day. Because it needs a little preparation, because it's very intense. It needs a little preparation of the breathing exercise to begin with. See, there is a rhythm in nature, right? Now it's summer, then will come fall, and then there is winter, then again spring. So there is a rhythm in nature. Similarly, there is a rhythm in our body too. There is a bio clock in our body. And similarly, there is a rhythm in our thought process. If you observe your thoughts, your doubts and your anxieties or your happiness, it's related to certain rhythm. It goes with certain rhythm. Particular time in a year, you go through the same emotions. Have you experienced this? How many of you experienced this? Yeah. So these rhythms are there in nature. Sudarshan Kriya is bringing a harmony between all those rhythms. Rhythm of the body, breath, mind, intellect, memory, ego. The 7 layers which we are made up of. So it takes more than just 20 minutes to learn. But once you learn it, then it's a do-it-yourself program. You can do it 10 minutes every day, half an hour once a week. Then it just keeps you in good spirit.
Would you be able to guide us, to make us experience a bit of meditation?
A bit of meditation we can do. Before I have to rush to catch my flight, I can do that. Yeah. Yeah.
That was Jeffrey Perlman. Where can the community learn more about your work? About Sudarshan?
You know, we have Art of Living website is there. What is that? www.artofliving.org.
And for those of you who are watching the live stream, the link is directly above the live stream, so you can go and check out the Art of Living, their offerings, their programs, and their meditations.
And there are teachers all over. And we have one app called Sattva app, wherein many different type of meditations have put that also. You can use that. But for Sudarshan Kriya, you need to do it under a trained teacher. You know, a teacher is thoroughly trained. It takes more than a year for a teacher to be trained in it. And it's a very intense experience, very beautiful experience, life-changing experience. That you can do it, you know, there are centers all over the world. You only have to take 3 days, 4 days, couple of hours each day. You can learn that. Okay? So, now, you want some meditation or do you have other questions?
We, maybe what we could, how long would we need for the meditation? And then we can go on to the questions.
Meditation, we would need at least 10, 12 minutes.
Okay, so let's come to the meditation towards the end. So right now, there's a number of other questions which I wanted to ask.
Yeah.
The first question is, you have this incredible ability to inspire so many people around the world to volunteer so passionately for your good causes. How is it that you're able to inspire so many people to come together to run Art of Living programs globally?
See, it doesn't matter if 1 or 100, it's the same thing. You know, if what is useful to you and what is satisfying you, it is the same thing. You can multiply. Like cell phone, you know, you can say everybody uses cell phone. Why? Because it's useful to them. So when people learn this technique, they find it so useful. So they tell their friends like that. It becomes a very, very good thing to have in life. To be able to smile at all moments and to be able to invoke the intuitive ability inside of you.
So I want to ask you a more philosophical question. What is your definition of having lived an extraordinary life? What makes someone truly alive?
Just being very ordinary. Yeah. Look at the whole world with, look at your own life with a different context. What is so extraordinary about you? Nothing. You are just a speck of sand on this vast ocean of existence. That's it.
So you started a university, Sri Sri University in Odisha, and it's won Best Innovative University Award at the 2017 Indian National Education Excellence Awards. Tell us about your philosophy of education. What is it that we should be teaching young human beings?
I feel education is not just stuffing information. Unfortunately, what we find, the universities around the world, they are simply stuffing our kids with more information. Of course, information is needed. It's building a personality. How a youth is able to take challenges, how they're able to communicate better with the world around, and how they grow up without any prejudice. See, today we have gender prejudice, we have religious prejudice, or racial prejudice, all different type of prejudice are clogging the development of youth. And if our youths grow up with a broad mindset, with the vision of the whole world as one family, then it's nothing like that. The whole world is open to them. Then. What do you say? Exactly like what you are doing, I see people from all over the globe here. So everyone being together, it just brings that shift in our awareness, the way we look at ourselves, the way we look at the whole world, and the way we take responsibilities, and the way we think in an innovative fashion, and not getting caught up in small little insignificant things and worry ahead about it, right?
So on the Art of Living website, it talks about love, compassion, and enthusiasm. Could you talk a little bit about those three things, love, compassion, and enthusiasm?
As I said in the beginning, it's just what we are. Do not demand love. If you demand love, you are destroying love. Do not demand compassion. Or do not wait for someone to demand compassion from you. Compassion is a virtue which you should give, which you should show without being asked for. Love is that which you should not ask anyone but just give. And enthusiasm is a sign of life. When you are free from stress and tension, when you are centered and full of energy, what comes out of you is enthusiasm.
Beautifully said. So one of the things that I find most intriguing about you is how you are teaching people to bring out their intuition, Could you talk about intuition?
Well, okay. Again, as I said, our consciousness is the most amazing, most fascinating thing that we all have. But we seldom study it. We seldom have much knowledge about it. And though it is there from ancient times, it has been there from ancient times, people have not shared with others. They had kept it very secretive, or selective education was done into this. But now we thought, we should give it to everybody. So intuitive ability comes when you are connected to the core life force that is you. When there is clarity in mind, intuition is a natural and spontaneous phenomenon. Again, meditation will help you. So shall we do for meditation?
Yes, I'm following what
someone
is on the clock. But yes, let's take a question from that person at the back of the room.
Thank you. There's a question that I don't have any answer, so I think that you are one of the few persons that can answer me. Because we are in an age where AI is really developing so fast. And also sometimes it's scary, because we see that AI can substitute us in many, many things. And so I would like to know, because I don't know if AI will become so strong to surpass us as human beings. But I feel that maybe we are slowing down our human intelligence. And so if we continue like this, for sure, artificial intelligence will reach us. And so the question is this one. What will always make us different? What will let you understand that someone is human or an artificial intelligence, even if artificial intelligence will grow up? Because if we know what makes us really human, we can try to educate our new generation to develop these skills. Because I feel that we are searching AI because we have to do something more.
So the question is really,
yeah, sorry.
What makes us human?
Human, yeah.
Okay, let's let that be the question. What makes us truly human?
Well, intelligence is one aspect of human being. But there are other aspects of human being. There is compassion, there is love, there is a sense of expression coming from the inner core of one's existence, and awareness of oneself. These human values you cannot find in any machine, and they are unique to you. And we don't have to worry that artificial intelligence is going to replace human beings. It will not. It will not make people go out of job. I tell you, there is so much to do in this world. There are so many things. 100 years ago, people thought, when electricity came, and people will go out of job because there is nothing to do, Otherwise you had to draw water from the well. Now the machine is drawing, so we will go out of job. But see, that's not the case today, right? So people had the same fear with electricity. They had the same fear. All the animals and everything will become redundant. When the motor cars have come, there was such a fear. And that's not happened. So artificial intelligence in no way can replace your true friendship, your true companion, or your true expression of human life.
Sri, you've been quoted as saying, violence-free society, disease-free body, quiver-free breath, confusion-free mind, inhibition-free intellect, trauma-free memory, and sorrow-free soul is the birthright of every human being. Could you tell us a little bit about this?
I think it's quite obvious, no? We all want, you know, we would like to give a better society to our coming generation than what we have inherited, right? That's it. We want a society which is free from violence and stress. Don't you think so? Yeah?
So, speaking of violence and stress, we're quite fascinated by the work you've done with prisons. The largest majority of our audience here is from the United States. And in the United States, 1% of the population is currently behind bars. How do you feel globally, and in a nation like America, we can help create more conscious ways of dealing with that problem?
See, it's not just in prison, also the inner city gangs. There are youths in the inner city gangs with whom also we are working in Baltimore, in Los Angeles, in many other counties as well. I want to bring your attention to one more thing. You know, today, nearly 6 to 7 soldiers, American soldiers, are committing suicide. The war veterans. So we started a program for war veterans called Welcome Home Troops. There is a short movie about our program called Almost Sunrise, experience of one of the war veterans who came from Iraq war, how he felt after doing the Kriya and all. So we need to attend to them. These are the soldiers who went to defend a country, but now they are in such a traumatic condition, no medicine is able to help them. So we have educated nearly 3,000 such men who have returned from war, both from Afghan and Iraq war. And if you have any such connection with those families and even war veterans, please inform them that there is a way that they can get over the trauma, they can get to normal life, and we are there to help them. And this Welcome Home Troop is a program with Sudarshan Kriya designed specially for war veterans. It has helped them tremendously. And it's our job to save our soldiers, save their life and their families from getting into such miserable life. What do you say?
And Sri Sri's programs to help reduce PTSD in veterans of wars has already been scientifically studied, and it has shown that it can genuinely help reduce instances of PTSD. What about prisons? How would we, if you could run the world, how would you design correctional facilities if they are needed at all?
Correctional facilities should not become an exchange bank of crime. You know, when these people get in there and they get to know, they get trained in more criminal ideas. When they come out, they become bigger criminals and more smarter criminals because they had an exchange of idea bank there. Instead of that, they need to learn more about life, about their own emotions, their own intellectual patterns that they have been, and so we run programs for them, prison smart programs we are running in the prisons. Again, meditation, yoga also is very, very good for them to recover. We did this in Argentina. It's one of the worst prisons in the world where there used to be an incident almost every day. And since our volunteers went and started teaching them some breathing exercise, yoga, meditation, kriya, a complete transformation. So in 2012, when I visited Argentina, the Chief Justice of Supreme Court of Argentina said, I would like to go with you to see the prisoners. What is the big change has happened in the prison? So we all went. I tell you, there was not one dry eye there on that day. There was tears in everybody's eyes. To see the change in them, to see the transformation in them was the most heartwarming experience one could ever have.
Thank you.
Ladies holding the hand for a long time.
Yes.
Hi. Something that you very beautifully said that, even in a culprit, there's a victim shouting out for help. In our daily living, we find people who are very negative because of their circumstances, because of their experiences. But somewhere, as a human, we tend to want to stay away from negative people. We want to tend to, stay surrounded by people who are happy, who are positive. But as, like you said, somewhere a belief is that you would want to reach out to people who are somewhere internally shouting out for help, while you want to also, just ensure that your energies are not drained and you stay positive too. How do you reach out to people? How do you help such people who you know are really direly in need of help, but you can't do much about it at that point in time?
Depends on your immune system. If a doctor is not confident about his immune system, he should better stay away at his house than get into the hospital to do work on that day, right? So similarly, if you feel you are very vulnerable, you can get influenced by some negative this thing, you better stay a little distance and be more centered, then go. Yeah.
And before we go to the meditation, the next question is basically on your views of what is happening today with global politics in the West, where it seems as if politicians who take a stand for vilifying people of other cultures or ethnicities, dividing people, seem to be the ones winning votes. What do you feel is going on here, and how do you feel the human race could course correct?
What to say? I feel we need to spiritualize the politics, socialize the business, and secularize the religion. Secularize the religion in the sense I am saying, no religious leader can claim only an exclusive right to heaven, that everybody else is going to hell, so they have the only key to that. That is terrorizing the world today as a cause of terrorism. So a religious leader should pray for all the people on the planet, irrespective of what they follow, what religion, how they worship their God. That's what I meant by secularizing religion. Socializing business means a businessman cannot just rob the wealth from his customer. He has to empower them, make them have the buying power. So every business should engage in some sort of corporate social responsibility, CSR activity. And spiritualize politics, here I mean to say, our politicians should follow the example of Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi had values, and people who followed him immediately after his time, not who take his name now, but those who followed him at his time, they did command respect in society. Same with Nelson Mandela, same with Martin Luther King. People who were inspired to do something for the society, not taking politics as their personal glory or personal profession as such. If this attitude can change, I think the world would be a better place.
So beautifully said. So, Sri Sri, I know you have to fly out very soon. We have 20 minutes left. Would you like to go into the meditation, or would you like to choose someone from the audience to answer a question?
I think first let's go into meditation, then I will take the question. Okay. One question I'll take. Yeah, the gentleman there.
Just 1 second, a mic is coming to you.
Thanks, bro. My question was quite a simple one. Thank you so much for coming today. How does one, in your opinion, best align themselves to their dharma?
Pardon?
How does one, in your opinion, align themselves to their dharma?
See, dharma means that which upholds your spirit, that you feel comfortable with. Dharma means that which upholds you. Dharmo dharete praja. That which upholds the entire population, that is dharma. So, if you don't follow the dharma, you will be facing misery. And you will be miserable. That which keeps you away from misery is what is dharma is. And that which, when you don't do it, your consciousness pricks you. That is dharma. And you can't have a good night's sleep. That is dharma. Is this lady?
Jade.
On the back of Amarit. If confusion is the first step to growth, how do we move towards clarity and ensuring that we're in line with our dharma?
Confusion cannot stay for too long. If it stays too long, you get used to it. You don't even know it's confusion. So, it's a temporary state that comes and goes, and clarity dawns. It has to dawn. It'll dawn. And of course, good food, good rest, meditation, all this can help you. Everything, it comes back to meditation. Yeah, one more there.
Hello, thank you for being with us. My question is, how would you recommend a young person or just a person to find their way to give back to the world? Because I feel that today there are so many chances and ways, especially if you're on the internet and you find all these organizations you could be a part of, or all the things you could give back. And how do you find the best way for you to do so and to spend your life giving back?
There is what is called something clicks to you. Right? Keep an open mind and look around. And then you look, something clicks to you. Yeah? When you go to an ice cream parlor, you don't ask someone else what ice cream I should eat. You go there and you look and you pick up what at that moment appeals to you, right? What do you say? But one thing I would say it's good to learn. You should pick up something where you can serve and you can learn also. In fact, you will learn anyway, but it's always good to learn and at the same time when you are contributing something to society.
So Sri Sri, in the 16 minutes we have left, because I want to be super respectful of your time,
correct.
Shall we pause the questions and go to the meditation?
One last question. Somebody got the mic already. I don't want to disappoint that person. Then we'll go into meditation.
Thank you so much, Guruji. Pranam. You have so much love and compassion for everybody in the world. If there is one thing that you could share so that we can become even like 0.1% of how you are.
No. Don't underestimate yourself. Whatever I am, that is what you are. Don't go to 1% of what I am. Be 100% of what.
So how do we have so much love and compassion as you have for everyone
Okay. Very short, because we have to go into meditation. Clarity in mind, purity in heart, and sincerity in action.
Thank you.
Now we'll go into meditation. Before meditation, I would like to ask you, how many of you have neck ache and shoulder pain or pain in the head? Or, when you do work so much on computers, you get stiffness and pain? Raise your hand, raise your hand. Wow. Whoa. Okay, is there a stand I can hold the mic? No, there is a stand. Someone asked me before. Okay. Hold your hands. I will show it in one hand. We can do that. Stretch your hand like this. Do both hands. I'm showing it one hand. And then say bye to pain. When you do like this, your fingers should tilt towards your shoulder. I always believe in some business. We have to get something. When you go from here, you should be able to use this. Now, tilt your fingers towards your shoulders. Then it should pain here. Is it paining here?
We'll turn on the mic.
Yeah, it's on. It should pain here. If it no pain, no gain. All the fingers should be straight. Straighten them fully and then tilt them towards your shoulders. Yeah? Now take this and put it in the back of that. All the 4 fingers touching the back of your head and the thumb underneath your ears. Now holding this, you look right and left. Right and left. Just move your eyeballs, not your head. When you do this, you should feel the movement in your fingers. Are you able to feel? Yeah? You can say yeah, yes or no. Yeah? As you move your eyeballs, do you feel that in your fingers? And now roll your eyes 3 times clockwise and 3 times anti-clockwise. Are you rolling? Three times anti-clockwise. And now just shake your hand. See now? Gone? It's just 1 minute. 1 minute exercise. You can do it. It's a desktop yoga. I would call it desktop yoga. You do it on your office anytime when you're tired. And see, just roll your eyes, move your eyes left and right. Hold these 4 fingers, press to the back of your head, and you should feel the movement in these fingers. If you do that, then you will see all the stress is gone already. Once again, shake your hand. Meditation is a journey from movement to stillness and from sound to silence. So let's sit straight, a very short time, and let's do a short, quick meditation. Keep shaking your hand and eyes closed and continue shaking. You may shake your head also. Remember when you disagree with somebody what you do. Just shake your head. Shake your head and shake your hands. Just disagree with everything now. Keep shaking your head and hand. And now just be still. Stop shaking and be still. Let's keep our spine erect and shoulders relaxed. Remember the weight of your body, whatever that is, 70 kilos, 60 kilos, or 80, 100 kilos. Just recollect the weight of your body. We came into this world weighing just 5 kilos or 4 kilos. And today we weigh 60, 70, 80 kilos. And this weight is going to go back to this earth one day in the future. Honor your own body. It is a precious gift to you from nature. Honor your own body. There are trillions and trillions of cells in your body and enormous energy in each cell of your body. Let's take a deep breath in. And as we breathe out, relax our shoulders and relax the whole body. And place your weight on the chair you are sitting. As the body relaxes, your mind becomes stiller. Let's keep our body still for just 3 minutes. Now become aware of your breath. It's the breath that is keeping us alive. Let's take a deep breath in. Hold the breath and let go. Another deep breath in. Hold the breath and let go. The second dimension is our breath. Become aware of the air all around you and inside of you. Incoming breath energizes the body, while outgoing breath brings relaxation. Let us become familiar with this phenomenon, which is happening all the time. Incoming breath is energizing and outgoing breath brings relaxation. Like fish in the water, we are in air. Let's become aware of the air that's all around us. Let's move on to the third dimension, our mind. Our body is like the wick of a candle. The mind is like the glow all around it. Our body is inside the mind. We think mind is inside the body, but in fact, the body is inside the mind. Whatever thoughts are coming in the mind, just let them come. Pleasant thoughts, unpleasant thoughts, rational, irrational, let them come. They come and they go. Any discomfort anywhere in the body, just swallow it. Just bear with me for next 2 minutes. Let them be there. Let's become aware of the space above our head, up to the ceiling of this hall. Keep your mind above your head and become aware of the space up to the ceiling of this hall. Become aware of the entire space in this hall, this moment. This moment, our body is still, breath is feeble, mind is becoming stiller and expanding. Let it be. Now breathe in with a big smile and breathe out slowly, keeping the big smile. Repose in yourself with a smile. This moment, there is nothing to do and nothing to know either. Just relax and let go. Nothing to do, nothing to know either. Just let go and repose in yourself. You are peace. You are peace. Om Shanti. 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 Let go all your efforts. Our body has a face, our mind has none. Our mind is just energy without a face. Let the smile percolate in your whole body. Keep a big smile on your face. And let the smile slowly percolate to every cell of our brain, the back of the head, as though the back of our head is smiling. As though our ears are smiling, slowly bring your attention to your throat. Keep a big smile. Another deep breath in. Let the smile slowly percolate to your shoulders and the back. Let every cell in your chest start smiling, expand and relax. And come down to your stomach region, abdomen, the whole body. Let the smile percolate to every part of your body. Deep breath in and slowly let go again with a smile. And you may gently open your eyes. Slowly and gently, you may open your eyes. Was it good?
Thank you, Sri Sri. So, I know you have to leave, and on behalf of everyone over here, we wanted to give you a big thank you. And I wanted to say what we absolutely love about you is that even though you teach meditation, you go out in the world and you're taking action to help heal our world. And that your heart is so big that you care about people so far removed from where you come from. Thank you. Please give Sri Sri a big round of applause.